was injured, we got Telles. We got Alex Telles. If Maguire's then injured, we got our youngster who.
One thing I wanted to ask you, Joey.
Tanuki, something like that.
Yeah. Well, one thing I wanted to ask you, Joey, from a Man United fan's point of view. Separate video now, by the way, guys, because I really wanted to divulge into this, so I've made a separate video. Joey, what do you, as a United fan, you must have obviously everyone has noticed a massive change in Paul Pogba. He's like really improved, and he's been one of the main reasons United are currently top of the Premier League. They're playing so well. What do you personally feel that's down to? How do you feel Pogba has turned his form around, really?
Right. No, there's a lot of factors.
Yeah.
There's a lot of factors.
Good job, made a separate video for this.
I feel, Pogba got man of the match today, which, I guess it is well deserved. He did set up pretty much the first goal for us, for the equaliser, and he was cheering everywhere. He was trying to make things happen.
Yeah.
And everything. My man in match would be Rashford.
But more than this game, about Pogba, he has sort of changed, hasn't he? In
definitely.
Sort of season, really, hasn't he?
I feel like
you take things back to when they went out the Champions League. There was all this talk about, Pogba is going to leave. His agent's been stirring stuff, but behind the scenes, Pogba's just he's going to leave United. Doesn't love the club, and he was coming off the bench all the time. And now you look at him, like the last 5-6 games or so, like he's been a regular starter. He's been the main cog in that United midfield, I feel.
Yeah,
I said that of not doing anything and actually started trying. Honestly, I feel like.
I feel like he didn't believe in this Man United team, but I think ever since Bruno Fernandes has come in, he's now believing that actually United could actually win something here. United could. I feel like what his agent did was kind of like spark a fight in him. But I lighted a little spark inside him and gone, right, okay, so I'm going to leave United at the end of the season. But I got to prove my worth, and I feel like he's thinking, right, I got to prove my worth now, so that the likes of Real Madrid and PSG or Barcelona or whatever, will come and get me and want me to play with them. So I've got what have I got to do? I've got to play. I've got to play football.
Possibly.
And I think
that reminds me it's kind of similar to how Ozil a couple of years ago. Not leaving for another team, but I guess him or his agent was throwing that out there because he had like a year or so left, and he just started playing a bit better again. Not too good, but started playing a bit better again. And as soon as he got that 350k a week, he just sort of stopped trying again. But it does seem like that. It does seem like he is just sort of, trying to prove himself. Maybe not for a contract for United, but to get into a better team after this year.
The agent factor is interesting that you mentioned there. Like, ever since his agent got involved and released all that news, it kind of maybe sparked a fire in Pogba. I think that's the more so the reason than Bruno Fernandes, because Bruno Fernandes has been there for a while now, hasn't he? And I'd say for the majority of time he's been there, Pogba has not showed up. But I think since that Champions League exit and all the speculation, that's when Pogba, I think, properly started to kick on. And we're seeing the player that we've always wanted to see, really, because we knew his potential. He never really showed us that, and he's now doing that, I think.
I've got to also put it down to Solskjaer, players management there, his management over this, also over the situation as well. He knows how to control the players. He knows how to, say to them, right, get focused. If you want to be in the team, mate, get focused and do your best. Do your best in training, and maybe I'll pick you for the game.
Yeah.
And I think that Solskjaer, I think he's learning from Sir Alex Ferguson. He's learning his philosophy now, I feel. And I think it's now coming into plan, into piece now. It's all connecting now. But I think his management of Pogba has been outstanding. Has been absolutely. I mean,
because he's been there for a while, and Pogba hasn't really.
Skunda, why do you feel like it's taken so long, Skunda, for him to show this form? Why do you feel like it's been so long for him to do that?
Honestly, I just feel like he doesn't particularly care about playing properly. I feel like he's a bit of an Ozil factor in there, where he's sort of just playing for fun. He's reached that stage where he's sort of, he's got like a big following, and a lot of people rate him. He's already done well in other teams and everything.
Yeah, I think we can agree that when he came back to Manchester United, maybe the fee just gave him that bit of arrogance, and overconfidence.
It's just it is a bit like that with some players, and so I just feel like he hasn't really cared so much properly about playing football like competitively, because training isn't always fun, and trying to keep really fit and everything. And I just feel now that he's only sort of coming into form, like what you guys have already said. There's a chance that he's going to move, and he wants to sort of showcase his worth.
Yeah.
And but also he wants.
I don't really think Ollie had any factor in that. I don't.
I
don't think there's any man management there.
Had done acting in that. Of course he has. The fact that he handled that situation with Raiola,
What did he say?
He handled that situation very well. He literally.
What has he said? Like, okay, look, you can leave at the end of the year. Just please, just actually start trying.
I feel like
you're going to leave at the end of the year. Don't you want to make a good showcase for yourself, and you might actually win something? Just try a little bit, please. Is that all that's probably what he said, really.
No. There has been talk now there have been a few talks now, and rumours going about that he may, if we win a title, he may do U-turn on Luton Club, but I don't know. That's just speculation. But he wants to win. He's got that winning mentality, and he showed that in the post-match interview against Fulham. He's a winner, and he wants to win. And as long as the United are winning here, he's happy.
How do you feel? How do you feel, Joey? Like that, Ollie has contributed to Pogba's form. Like you say that you feel like that's a big factor. Man management is a big factor in today's game, so that could well be true. But how do you feel he's done that?
You've got big stars there. You've got Cavani up front. You've got Rashford. You've got Martial. You've got some really big personalities. Bruno Fernandes, Paul Pogba, and then Maguire. I think with Maguire, he's probably got no problem with Maguire because he's always wanted to play for Manchester United, so he's living his dream. But you've got some big characters like I was saying, Cavani, Bruno Fernandes, Van der Beek is a big character. But I feel like his management of him at the moment is not as good as it should be. At the moment, however, I think that will improve over time. But getting back to Pogba, I mean, you have to get along with Pogba. So every manager with Pogba, with the ego of Paul Pogba as well, they have to settle him. They have to get him focused and get him really riled up and ready for the game and challenge him. And I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has probably given him a challenge and he's gone, right, I'm up for the challenge. Let's do this. You know, that's why he was putting Fred and Tomine and instead of and Matic, you know, instead of him.
So do you feel it's the way? Maybe it's the way the team are playing differently that's got Pogba playing well himself. Do you feel like a change of formation has caused that spark in Pogba? Maybe he realised that the team wasn't too far off the top, then he just decided to give it a go. I mean, what do you feel tactically Ollie has done?
Maybe, yeah. I think that's a little bit to do with it, you know. And plus, he was Solskjaer was saying to Pogba, saying, if you want to be in this team and if you think you can add to this team, you know, go and show it. You know, because I'm still going to be using Fred, McTominay, and Matic if I feel that you're not good enough. Like, if you're not good, if I feel that you're not good enough, oh look, I've got Matic and Fred and McTominay to my expense. So
you've got a lot of options there.
You know, you're easily replaceable. You know what I mean? That's what he's saying, and I think that competition has challenged Pogba and gone. He's probably gone. Oh shoot! Right, okay. I've got to back up my ideas here. I've got to make the manager think that I'm worthy of that starting lineup. And so I feel that partly good management and tactical from Solskjaer, and also like very good management on Pogba, because he was challenging him, going, I'm not going to use you because I don't think you're going to add to the team. So I'm going to use Fred, I'm going to use McTominay, I'm going to use Matic. You know what I mean? And that's probably also not just his agent saying, "Oh, he's gonna leave for another club in the summer," but also the fact that, you know, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has probably said it to him, like, well, prove it to me then. Prove it to me that you should be in this starting lineup. Prove it to me that you should be playing regularly week in, week out.
I mean, it's crazy, you know, the rise in form, and I think Pogba playing well now, as I mentioned before, I think it's one of the main reasons United are top, actually, you know, him playing well. I honestly do think Pogba's an integral part. Another performer who's really got some praise in the recent weeks is Luke Shaw.
Luke Shaw, yeah.
Everyone's, I mean, you take back to when he was a kid at Southampton, you know, doing brilliantly. United, he obviously scouted him in those days, and he showed signs of brilliance back then. Obviously, then he dropped off. He had that massive injury, didn't he? And now he's starting to get back to that form now, isn't he? Slowly.
Yeah, definitely. Gunda, sorry. What's your thoughts on Luke Shaw?
Well, I mean, I rated him before. Obviously, he had that horrific injury that he got. Obviously, afterwards, it just felt like it took quite a while for him to start properly get going again. But, you know, he's found a bit of form. I'm not sure, will it last? I guess it's sort of dependent on the team. I feel like if the team, you know, keeps playing well, I think it's just sort of rubbing off on all the other players at the minute. You know? But I'm still not too sure on United. They still have a long way to go. And I feel like a drop-off form, which is definitely possible in the next half of the season.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That can be detrimental for them, because I don't know if they have the mentality, some of these players, to, you know, like if they do drop off form, I don't know if they have the mentality to pick up again.
I think they do. They've got winners in that. They've got two winners in that squad: Cavani, Bruno Fernandes, Alex Telles. I was going to say Maguire then, but Maguire wasn't part of the team that won the Premier League, was he?
I've got to say, I do agree with Skunda, though. I just don't think they have enough. I mean, it remains to be seen. But yeah,
Also,
you
Paul
met.
Pogba. They got Paul Pogba. He's like a World Cup winner.
Yeah,
In
but
this game.
Pogba's been at the club for years, and as we've discussed, he's never really shown his potential until now. Like he can be a very very lazy player, can't he?
Mm.
But in terms of winners, I mean, yeah, you have brought in Cavani, massive experience there. But to be honest,
Alex Telles.
Alex
And,
Telles, I mean, I don't know how much he plays. Does he actually play that much, Telles?
he hasn't been playing because of the form of Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw has been absolutely brilliant.
Right.
As you were saying, his form has been on top. But I do feel like, I do feel like, we are in a really good run of form, and I don't really see Man United going downhill from here. I feel like they're going to excel. They're going to get better and better and better now. And also, after today's result of against Liverpool, they got me. Okay, they didn't put out the most strongest team, Liverpool didn't, but there are some first team. A lot of them were first team players there. And so to say United pretty much beat a full, almost a full Liverpool squad there, and that goes to show that we can compete against the best, and we can.
That, but then let's be honest, okay? For the second goal, you say the almost full strong team, but it wasn't because of the second goal and Reece Williams messing up the simple clearance. That's all he had to do, but wasn't capable of doing it. That resulted in a goal, and then obviously the third goal came from the free kick that Fabinho, fouled Cavani, and what did he might not have been in that position had he been playing centre defensive mid and had there been a proper centre back there. So it has an effect. Those are two goals that came from that. Two goals which resulted them winning 3-2.
Yeah, guess so. But like you say, Liverpool need to do some business now in this transfer period. They've got a week to do some business, and they've got to find a centre back, an experienced centre back.
Do United need to strengthen any areas? Do you think they could? I mean, they are on the form right now. Surely most players that if they do want to leave right now, surely they can have a first choice pick at the minute.
Yeah, I do feel we need another centre back, like especially to cover Lindelof